everybody. It's Thursday. Time for some thoughting and arting and all that we do. It's June 5th. Still time to sign up for things over there in Makers if you want to do some swapping.
Oh, you have till the 8th.
That's right. Well, you have until the 7th. It's announced on the 8th. Yes. Anyway, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist Studio. All right, my arty friends, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. We like to know that you are here because we are an arty-friendly bunch. And as I mention each and every time, it's also because I don't know that you're here unless you say so. It's just how the world works. Indeed, indeed. All right, so if you haven't, please give the thumbsy up. See, that's that little, thumb, and then you click it, and then you're like, woo! And then there's a share thing, and if you want to share it across your, different platforms, or just in a text message, or, you can text message yourself. I don't know if that really still works, but I would assume that, there's some
I used to do it.
Yeah.
Because then I could remember. And I'd know that it came from me. It was something that
that's better.
I probably needed to write down or something like that.
Wonderful. I don't know what this is, but I'm kind of done with that white thing in the back. There we go. That's been bothering me for a while. Anyway, let's say hello to everybody, and then we'll get on with this thoughting and whatnot. We don't have some major thoughts, but sometimes it doesn't have to be major in order to be a major thought.
Yeah, and we can just throw it out there and chit-chat about it.
I think that would be fun. Let's have a little more discussion. We've got Ann Webb, Art Gears by M&W. That's Miriam. Carrie Griffiths, he's Carrie the Crafter. Cheryl's here. Colleen. Cookie Wookie, that's Mo. Dana. Elizabeth. Emma. Gerald. Griffinshell, that's Rhonda. Handy Scandy, that's Nancy. Order Paper Crafts, that's Mimi. Jeanette, a.k.a. Jeanette. Jenny. Oh, Jenny Caddy Fiddly Bits. Hello. Jen Caddy Fiddly Bits. There we go. We watched you last night. Well, I did. I don't know what she was doing. I'm not always in charge of her. We live together, but, sometimes. She does her own thing. Jenny Roberts is here. Lexi, Linda, Lydia, Marguerite. Lucy just popped in there. So Linda Renz, Lucy, Lydia, Marguerite. Painting again, that's Sandy. Patricia, Panka, Ricky Nordmeyer, SWL, that's Sherry. The Shelly Studio, that's Margot. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. Give me some extra pinky hello hands. I'll get you helloed. Oh, Katie. That makes more sense. It's Katie. Jen Katie. And her fiddly bits. That's funny. That makes me chuckle. Like in a good way.
Sometimes I just like to say words because I like to hear how they sound.
We'll do it. And let's all chuckle about it.
Okay.
See if I get ranty. I've been a little ranty today.
She's been ranty. She hollered at me early on. No, where is it? Okay. Exclamation.
Hi,
words
Paula.
of exclamation.
Exclamation.
I think you should always have, many of those at your tip of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Blimey. Bust my buttons. By Jove. Crikey. Criminy. Curses.
Curses.
Dognabbit. For crying out loud.
Oh, here. Wait. Does it say dagnabbit?
Dagnabbit.
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 Yeah. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit.
For goodness sake. Mimi used to say that. Or for Pete's sake. Gee willikers. Gee whiz. Geez Louise. I say that. Goodness gracious. Good night, nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Goody gumdrops. Great Scott. Heavens to Betsy. Holy cow. Holy mackerel. Holy moly. Holy Toledo. Hot diggity dog. I kind of like that.
Hot diggity dog.
Huzzah. Huzzah.
I think a lot of these were used in cartoons, like, back in the day.
Disney. Jiminy Cricket.
He was a character.
Jinkies. Jumping Jehoshaphat. Land sakes. Leaping lizards. Pshaw. I like pshaw.
She's just, yeah.
Sakes alive. What in Sam Hill?
Oh, for land's sakes.
For land's sake.
Graham Francis used to say that one all the time.
What in tarnation? That was another one. What the devil? Whoa, Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
comes from, telling your horse to. Yikes, yowza, zoinks.
Zoinks. Does anybody zoinks? I
Zoinks.
mean, otherwise you just
All right,
sound like
I have
you're in
this
a
page marked. Let's
Scooby-Doo
look on this
episode.
page and see what I have marked here. Oh, hooliganism and hoity-toity. It's an adjective or a noun.
Hello, Tegan.
It's people that think they're a cut above everybody else. I have some of those. Yes.
My brother's one of them. I'm just calling him out.
Yeah.
They're family. You can call your family out.
Yeah, that's right. And if it were here, we would say the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I tell them all the time.
Okay, this is another one that Grandma Francis and Grandma Anderson. Ornery.
Ornery.
Yeah, that meant you needed to shape your self.
You weren't acting right.
Outlandish.
Paula says, knobsuckle. A person who constantly gets in the way.
Don't know that one.
I don't know if she just made that one up.
Yeah. Okay, here's the one that, okay.
Paula,
Wherewithal.
Paula says, core, blimey, Gov. She tells me sometimes when she messages me, she says, oi, Gov. I feel very in charge when you say that. I don't know why, but I'm like, yes. I like that.
Okay, so this is the word that I picked today just simply because I think it's kind of, it just brings me around to remind myself of how very blessed we are with all of you out there that send us things that we wouldn't use otherwise because of the expense factor and, and the quandary of do I really want it or not,
or just the things that you make that you send to us, and just,
all of those,
and the emails and just the love and the appreciation. I mean, I can't tell you how, sometimes it's the one mean email that you like just dwell upon, but if that is there shortly like backed up with a really good one, and usually it does happen that way for whatever reason, I tell myself I need to focus on that one. That's the one. That person. With the love.
Yes. Rather than
the mean one.
Yes. Okay. Wherewithal. The necessary means, the stuff needed to do something, as in, I wanted to open my own gumshoe business, but I lacked the wherewithal. Whippersnapper. Now, Granddad Pat, he used to use that. That's a young person who is cheeky and maybe a little sassy. Whippersnappers have a lot of chutzpah and have a tendency to irk people, especially curmudgeons.
Oh, and you should show them this book. This is the L for Lollygag, and our dear, sweet, departed friend Judy sent this to P.
She did.
And we have gotten so much joy out of it.
So much joy out of it. I wish she had written in it. She didn't, but we know who it's from. Okay, well, those are some words today, and somewhere I've got my, I need to practice my Aussie words. I've got a whole thing of Aussie words.
We don't get them a lot, but every once in a while. And when we ruffle some feathers, that's fine. That means we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it is.
That's how I feel about it. Because we got the wherewithal.
We've got the wherewithal to deal with that. Dang it, I lost my crackers. Oh, well.
She done lost her crackers.
It's not like losing.
She's got her marbles.
I've got my marbles. I know where my nuts are. They're right under my knee here.
That's where they're going to be.
Yeah. Well, I don't want them to get far. Because then they do get lost.
Yeah, and then they're stale.
There's nothing worse than a stale nut. Okay.
Or cracker.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Especially in Texas. Now, what I want to preface everything with here is I did find, and I don't know, somebody mentioned it, I can't tell you who it is, said,
Oh, here, Carrie has a little saying thing. It says, we had a saying in my family which used to drive him crazy. It was, I'll be there now in a minute.
I'm a fixin' to. It's kind of
that's kind of Texan version.
It might be today, it might be tomorrow. I'm a fixin', I'm getting ready. Yeah. I'm preparing to go. Okay, so.
Topside?
You want to go topside there, Mariah?
I do. Look at that. She found it. She found it over there. I told her it was over there.
Well, actually, it was hanging up.
up there.
On the rack here, but it was under about 19 others, so it had been obliterated from sight. Okay, so if I can figure out the way this goes.
Hi, Ingrid.
I'll get it here in a minute, folks. Don't despair.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes. Okay. So basically what we need to do is we need to talk about how to do this stuff here.
Yeah.
And I cleaned off some plates just for that very purpose.
Hello, Devin.
Because I had a lot of really horrible looking plates.
Hi, Joanne.
And I cleaned them up. And we're good to go. Mariah, you need to move your scissors out of here because they're blocking my access.
Mm-hmm. Do that.
All right, basically what I did is I took some of the... Pretty sure I had some of that and some of this. Oh, maybe it was this. Yeah, I think it was that. Can't remember. Did I use some pink? Yeah, I did. That might have been that pink.
Hey, sorry.
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to use these. And it's, you know how it is. It's not going to replicate it exactly.
Yes, Lizette. Yolanda's Devin Rex.
If I used gloss or if I used airbrush. So we're just gonna
just put a little squirt of both and then, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the make it or break it.
What?
The, you know, the medium.
Oh, yeah. And you know, there's like
yeah,
you just want to get some different stuff out there.
And in this particular application technique, the dotting pattern does kind of matter. It doesn't, however you want to do it is up to you, but dotting is kind of the point. Where's Eddie? Hello, Lizanne.
Oh, I kind of gooped up there.
Sherry. Hi, guys. I think some other folks may have come in, but hello, Carrie. Got our Carries here. Carrie and Carrie. And the Sherrys. Ooh, that was one big blob. Now, do you think that the type of paint matters?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we'll discuss that.
I don't think you want real runny, but you don't have to have like really super. And I've got this big pink blob down here, which I'm going to
go back a few seconds and then, you know, fast forward. It was a really good point I made.
And then we're just going to squirt some you know, loosey-goosey stuff in case this is gloss medium. I don't know if this is what I used before.
But a medium of some sort.
Yeah.
Something to swish things around.
Yes.
But as far as the paint goes, yes, I think a heavy body is sort of key because you want it to hold the dottiness there.
A little bit, yeah.
It needs to hold form. Mm-hmm. Ingrid wants to know what is the difference between airbrush medium and gloss.
That's a good question. One's a little more, how do I want to say, glossy. It just more.
So the airbrush medium has a really cool sheen to it, and its main purpose is to actually like thin out paint, so therefore you could airbrush with it. Now we just like it because of that sheen and its ability to sort of, you know, make it. And does it make it a little crazy? I can't remember if it says that on the airbrush thing or not.
No,
the glazing medium does.
The glazing medium mainly, the reason I like it is because it has a very unique patina to it. And it's not high gloss. It's more of a
eggshell. You know, when you have paint on a wall and there's that difference between like matte, glossy, and eggshell. Is that right? Or are you huffing at me because I don't have it quite right?
The reason I'm hesitating at the eggshell is because eggshell actually would have a little bit of a texture to it. It's not smooth. This is totally glassine smooth.
But not glassy like glass.
No. It's like, it's very hard to, okay, again, when you lift this up, you know, just lift it so that you're looking to see if you need to get any more, because there are some places here on this stencil that are very fine.
Satin finish.
Satin.
There we go. Ooh, and hello, Gerald. Jerry.
All right, so then you have that, and I'm going to show you the other one because I really did a pretty bang up job at, you know, this is not very interesting what's on here, and that's not very interesting what's on there either.
Smush that back out,
and you can see that brown.
Yeah,
it's just really
determined. Thanks, wife. Let me go. Vicky. I had to look at my book, but glad to see y'all. And those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give me some of those pinky, hello, yellow hands, or, you know, just some kind of emoji to say hello. And we do have a new emoji for our, you know, paid subscriber or paid members. That's what it is.
Okay.
Super fun.
And so now we have this, and this is going to be lovely. We could pick this up right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it dry because we've got some really interesting.
And that's very good.
You know, like crazing bubbles out there. Okay. Now I'm just going to start pulling some stuff that I've put down and talking about, you know, what it is. And
when are we going to put some book pages together? That's what I want to know. I want to know.
I don't know. I haven't really.
You're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
And the reason is because I'm still really.
Hello, Joanne.
Well, that was kind of less than interesting. The thing about it is I really want a representation of a lot of different techniques, a lot of different stencils, a lot of different mediums.
Okay, I have one more question for you. Are you planning on doing other techniques to these pages prior to putting them in the book? I'm meaning like other than jumping.
Some, but then again, I'm just going to put some in there and just
then work in it.
Work in the book.
It's be filibustering. I think so, right?
Filibustering. Well, that isn't quite as wonderful as I had anticipated it being. You can see branches, bramble branches.
Yeah, a little bit. In the background there.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time, you know, putting down.
What's the brown stuff?
Well, that's just what was there. I don't really know. It's been there so long that.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's an odd shape. I don't know how it got
I'm not recognizing it right away.
And there were some other things you can see, but at this point, And it's really, it's kind of upsets me because I do wish it would
pull it
up, but it just doesn't seem to want to.
She want it, but it's ain't nay.
And I'll just probably end up, clearing it off.
Those pan pastels are teasy little things.
Yeah, they are. Because once they've given their first go round, there's just not a whole lot of oomph left. Now this is the same thing. I've got pan pastels here. This was the I
tell you, that whole mermaid session keeps on giving.
This is the things that this is the fan coral piece, and then these were the seaweed things. Because Mariah wasn't happy with the color that they were.
Well, they were kind of crazy green.
Yeah, they were.
And if you don't know what we're... Hey, Ginger Cat Lady, I tell you, that's awesome. Diane's folks are coming over. I love it. From when I did the mermaid thing, I'm pretty excited.
Sorry, I'm wrestling my paper here. And I could pull this up and, roll it off there like I watched somebody do, but then I've got to get it back down on the plate, and it's just...
That brown did kind of look like a duck. I don't think we have... I don't know that she's been using any duck stencils. I don't know that we need some ducks. We need a mallard. Is this that really sticky plate?
Oh, I have got a couple of them. Yes, it is. It's one of those, and I don't know what to do to it.
No, I don't think... I think it's the way it is.
I think that's really pretty.
Very cool. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the mermaid tag, that was when I was on Diane, the Messy Palette Australia. I was on her Thursday stream, last Thursday, 1 week ago. And we're still pulling prints from the things that P did to help me colorize my pieces and parts that I used.
So, now I've got some stuff that looks like there's some stuff out there.
You just didn't clean that plate.
But really, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
That's a booger.
There's really not anything there that's going to pull up, is what I'm saying. Okay. Now, this... When was this done? What was I was...
What were you doing? I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, it's old. And it has pan pastels on it. And
hey, Margie.
I just did these this morning, so probably, I don't know. This is coming off really nice here.
Yeah, it does. Wow. That's very pretty.
And I ombre'd.
Yeah, you did.
My pull color, which I'm quite proud of that.
I know.
But that gold is all pan pastels.
Hold it up into the technology a little further and give it a wiggle so they could see. Look at that.
I think those pan pastels really, and you can see a little bit in the background there of that kind of cracked surface type thing.
Jennifer.
I don't know. There was a bunch of things on that one too, but I thought that was...
Yeah.
I was hoping that was going to turn out that way. Sometimes you never know. Oops, sorry about that. All right, now this brings us to today. One of the things we're going to play with today is we're going to do some
Olay
frottage using charcoal.
If y'all don't know what frottage is, we love to use the word because A, we sound fancy. Really all it is a fancy word for rubbings. There's also other meanings of it, so do be careful if you start to Google it. I would highly recommend just going over and reading the PM isms over on our website because we have our own little glossary of things, and I do know that we have quite a few new folks here. So if you want to get note up with the PM isms, that
with the lingo with
many of these lovely folks here in the chat have helped us with, and if you want to know some kind of who's it and what's it, that's the place to get it.
All right, so This is done with branches. Okay?
That gold was the pan pastel stuff.
Yeah,
right there. It's pretty impressive, really.
I mean, really, it honestly is.
You want some shimmer
Yeah.
gold.
Okay, so
Hey, Darcy.
I've been thinking about this for a while. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of charcoal. But I wanted to do a frottage just a little bit differently. And I've watched a couple of different people do the charcoal. I wrote that down, but I don't know what I did with it.
What we talked about this morning?
But I brayered over it. Anyway, it's a very nice woman, and she did a really cool tree. And the thing that impressed me about her tree...
I'll mention it. Now, if y'all go over and watch her stuff, you tell her that we sent you, okay? Just want you to do that.
You remember?
Uh-huh.
Oh, bless your heart.
Blue Lava Art. And her name is Jessica, I think. Jennifer or Jessica. Blue Lava
I don't know.
Art.
I brayered over it, but now I remember the lava.
Well, because I thought when you first told me, I thought you said Lou Lava. And I wasn't having much luck searching that. And then I came up here and I was like, what did you say? And then she starts typing blue. And I was like, oh, yeah, that explains it. But yes. Anyway.
Okay.
If y'all watch some of her stuff, tell her that we sent you.
Yes.
She's got more subscribers than we do.
This is not how she did hers, okay? So, you know, don't get upset, you know, with that.
This is not the same thing.
This is not the same thing, but the idea came from her.
She had branches and she had charcoal.
That's right. And I thought, branches and charcoal, let me see. Let's do a frottage.
I can do that.
I mean, totally logical, right? All right, so this is where this came from. Got that? I mean, can you see it?
And now I can see it.
I mean, it's not like, wow, I'm going to whip that over to Michael's and have it framed right away kind of thing, but interesting texture. And a lot of times, and okay.
Hi, Betsy.
All right, here's my other one.
Oh, hey, Tammy.
All right. Sticky plate. Really sticky plate. Sticky, icky plate.
Yeah, include the word art with frottage. That will get you better results if you're going to Google it.
Yeah.
I feel like we should warn people.
Okay, so now what we're getting here is there's some background here, and I'm afraid it's the same thing as on the other one. I showed you it'd be really nice if that came off. I'm not going to hold my breath.
So you drew that one?
Yeah, this one I drew, but I drew it on paper. Oh, a little bit of it's coming off. Look at that. Well, hot diggity.
Well, you drew it on the paper and you just pulled it, right?
No, here's the paper.
I'm confused. What?
All right, here's my paper I drew on, okay?
Oh.
And then and you can see right where the line of the...
Yeah, proof.
So this was, and then I went ahead and went over this again.
Hot diggity.
I tried to do the baking show thing. I'm not sure I'm very good at that.
You really aren't, but that's okay.
I suck at that. Okay, so I redrew it.
You have other redeeming qualities.
Bless your heart. Thank you. So I redrew it and then put it down again.
Yeah, charcoal transfer.
Charcoal transfer. And this is just on regular...
Now, our good old friend Fran, back in the day, she did this.
I can't really remember what she did or how it turned out.
And I don't know that she was using straight on charcoal. I feel like she was using kind of like more pencil, like a particular kind of pencil.
Oh, yeah. You're
carbon something, you know, like it was heavier. You know, like whenever you're filling out the... Oh, good God, my poor little brain.
Well,
There's about 5 things that I want to say, and they're all fighting for, front row.
Okay, I think you can see here what happened, and this is really cool because some of that did come off.
Yeah.
And just enough, really. So I think that's kind of nice. All right. So let's talk about how we're going to put paint on here because this is important.
Graphite. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then Devin said that, yes, she did this with tracing paper over a photo of her cat to make her portrait. It worked well.
Oh.
So there you go.
I thought about that too. I could put like one of our big blow-ups of our face underneath
maybe we could photo. This could be our new twist on our photo bombing business.
Oh, we could do it using charcoal.
We try to do it at least once a year.
I think that would be fun.
I need a different hairdo. I like it because I think I've had just a different hairdo in every single one of them. I know that's important to y'all.
And it's important to me, by golly. Okay, so
I think the discussion of my hair should be one of the PMisms. I don't know how to like put that in there, but I feel it's important.
Okay, so I'm really liking this kind of yellowy blue background here. I think it looks really cool. It's kind of like that when the sun is going down and the sky still.
Hi, April.
It is really lit up because the sun's just under the horizon, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Now, there is some stuff behind here. I don't think it's going to matter one way or another.
One way
or another. Okay, so do I want to use pan pastels or do I want to use paint?
Paint.
Mariah says paint.
Because they'll go faster.
Okay.
I mean, the laying down of it. I don't know. Here's the thing. I mean, pan pastel is kind of one of those things that, like, it takes a little time to get it applied, but it's dry and you're ready to go.
This is true. Now, that is not going to be the case here. So, put this over here. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steph.
And this is looking mighty fine, too.
Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, see, hairisms by M.
All right, this is gesso, but we know it works exactly the same way as paint.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just squirt some of that. I do have some blue still out here, so hopefully I've got enough that...
Jeanette's giving a big hello to everybody.
See if we can mix up any blue here. That's on
Sophia's here. Busy. Okay.
Well, it's a lot drier than I thought it was. No worries. We'll just squirt some more out here. I don't want pressure. I want this purpley blue. I like this purpley blue.
That's awesome, Sophia. Very exciting. Hello, Holly. Welcome to all that are coming in. Do say hello chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you're feeling real friendly, share this stream. Didn't you think Izzy? Now, I know some of the art that she's doing at her little art thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not mind-blowingly like, oh, my God. She's like... I think she's learning some techniques, though. That's what I keep telling myself. Because her brushwork and some of the... Yeah. How she's paying attention to color blending.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed.
Okay, now the thing about it is you don't have to worry about if we've got every single little thing done in here, simply because you're going to put a pull cover over the top of it anyway.
Pull color.
A pull color.
Yeah.
And this is going to look kind of cool, I think.
Yes. We were talking about Izzy. Sorry. She's going to a little art camp this week. And she's really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's just for the socialization or whatever, but she has enjoyed it.
She looks forward to it every day, and you don't have to rouse the ass or bum from the...
Well, hopefully P is also paying attention to her color blending. But yes, Izzy has been doing a very lovely job.
Okay, I'm just adding the
Oh, and she has requested she would like to come on and show you guys this technique with the oil pastels and oil. She has really enjoyed that.
All right.
It doesn't look like a lot right now.
No, it doesn't. This one spot's really kind of bothering me. I'm going to break it up a little bit.
Break it up.
All right, that looks cool. Now I'm going to pull the whole thing with kind of really want this to be dry right away, and it's not going to be. Okay, this has to be really dry, because otherwise when I mix yellow with the green, yellow with the blue, we're going to end up with a green sky, and that's really not what I want.
Well, I will tell you, so I don't know, I'm giving more and more thought to, especially since, okay, so where is he's having her little class thing is the Murphy Community Center. It's the old school. It even has historical, like, the little plaques and all. It's a really cool building.
Oh, wow.
It's a very cool building. And so they've turned it into into this little community center. And so it has huge, beautiful windows. And so obviously you can rent it out for these types of classes. And I was thinking, that would be kind of cool. Maybe a 2 or
why don't we do that?
3-day, or here's I need to talk to them. Because if we were going to do something like that, I would want it to be like 3 straight on days. People could leave their art stuff there, so you don't have to haul it in each and every day. That kind of thing. Whereas like right now with the class that she's doing, they have different things in the morning and in the afternoon.
Oh.
So it might get a little pricier, but, I would want us to be able to lock up the room and have it for the full day and, access maybe even if we did want to stay a little later or something like that.
Okay. I think that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we would do, but
I don't know. We just need to figure out how to bring people in here, because there's a lot here.
I don't want to tote that stuff. All right, so there's 2 different kinds of charcoal I'm using here. This is called vine charcoal, and I think Mo sent this to me because it's some of that Daler Rowney stuff. Daler Rowney.
You say Daler or Dowler?
I don't know.
I'm asking folks.
But it's willow charcoal, and it isn't the very darkest charcoal, but it's a nice.
Oh, we're not worried about product. Tammy, she's so sweet. She said, get sponsors, Mariah. They provide the products. Honey, we got product coming out our wazoo. Our issue is just, convenience too. Like, there aren't a ton of places necessarily to stay that are close to here. So that would be kind of something.
All right, now check it out. This is with
Daler
Rowney. Okay. This is with the stick thing, which I remember that she doesn't use that one. She only uses the vine. But I wanted to do it with a rubbing, and I get a lot better results. The vine is too soft. It just squishes down and breaks apart. That's my second piece right there.
Okay.
Okay, now let me get a...
Stiffness is important.
Yes, always.
Always.
Okay.
I don't think you want to do that around here, Eddie, especially this time of year. Get blown away. And we've been having some stormage.
Stormage, y'all.
Yeah, and too hot. It's either gonna, yeah. I will say it's been a little mild, but it is heating up. And it's been extra, rainy. So it's going to be extra steamy. Not in the way that you probably, Yeah.
Now, see, this left a much better image than the one I did with the paper.
Are you in town, Tammy?
Is she in Dallas?
She might be. I think she visits this area, if I remember correctly. Oh, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
That looks so cool.
Doesn't it?
Yes, well done. I'm very impressed with this.
Okay, so now what we do, or what I did on the other thing, is, you know, I just came in here and I just kind of hit in between.
Oh.
I really, you know, I didn't worry about it because the thing about it is, see what's happening here? I'm just gonna
just go for it, Patricia. Just let's not dilly dally.
Holy moly, dilly dally, fiddle farting.
You just need to have the wherewithal to get her done. I'm gonna use that word a lot today. The word of the day. Well, holler at me, Tammy. Now we're gonna be in San Antonio, from the 16th through the 19th, and he's supposed to be working with these boys. I don't know, is Caleb still here or not? I haven't heard any. He may have finished, but supposedly these boys and P are gonna do something. I'm not coordinating. As much as my very, I don't know, the part of me that wants to, you know, coordinate people.
Yeah.
I'm really trying not to. I'm fighting it. These people need to handle business.
Well, I guess then you can't complain if
that's
the
right.
business
I'm
is
not
not handled according to your
That is exactly right. I just need people to show up. I need there to be a stream, and hopefully y'all will be entertained. And I think I unblocked Josh's little friend that he blocked.
Joshy blocked him. We didn't block him.
I couldn't remember the other one's name, and so I didn't want to just. One of them I did know that. I think it was Luke. I think that's right. Yeah, the coordination station.
Now, see, that's already looking cool.
I love it. Very groovy.
Okay, I'm just going to leave that and let that dry, too. Before we whip a coat of whatever over the top of it. Now, let's see how we're doing here. Oh, I still got a little bit. But look what's happening here.
It's kind of gathering into the tree.
It's sucked onto the tree branches. This looks like infestation of those one kind of moths, the tree moths.
Oh, Sophia thinks I should take up knitting, so that way it would keep me busy. Keep my hands busy, counting rows. I don't know that I would be very good at that.
I don't like to knit for that reason. I'm not into that at all. I need to be more serendipitous, which crocheting allows me to do that. Okay, now where are we here? Okay, let's all right.
Jenny says that she thoroughly enjoyed last year's vacation stream. She especially for the beginner basics.
Well, that's great because see, we're going to bring Caleb on, and Josh is going to sit over there. Caleb's going to be over here with me. I'm going to do a couple of demos, just real, basic stuff, like how to roll out your paint. And then he's going to pick some stencils.
Hey, Candy.
All right, now look. I mean, I did a pretty darn good job there.
Now, I think what would be fun because, since they do scrape the mats and they do put orders together, see if he recognizes, the names of the stencils. That would be a fun little thing to kind of loosen him up, just be like, do you know what the name? Yeah.
Okay, so here's 3 different versions. Remember, this is the one I came in and did more brayering off. This was the original. I got a little carried away with my pink. It was a little more. But you can see how you can do that.
Paula's requesting Nathan.
She's requesting Nathan? Oh, we can't do that because he's got tennis and,
We don't fit into his schedule.
And he won't do what I want him to do.
He's better for those, just when we're all here, help contain
and we
him.
can, set on him. All right, I wanted to show you this because you watched me do it. And remember, this is the one I put the black flash.
Yeah. That's what you're seeing there. That's the shiny business.
The color shift, glossy finish. Yes, black flash. Love that stuff. And it is what I did with that.
I believe that, Alice. 100%.
Because remember, I decided I didn't like the pink edge.
Right.
I mixed some of that flash with the other and went around the edge of this.
Perfect.
Isn't it?
Y'all remember that? It was kind of like a little, like, it didn't match. It didn't look good.
And I just because it's some, I hate to waste my paint. But I think that is really cool looking. And if you look at the edges, you can kind of see it came in, but there's also some of that out here in the, and I think that these two pieces really, they just go together really nice. So some way to work those into the book. All right, this is, remember this one? And this is what I say when I say, to neutralize makes a much more interesting color than if you just put brown down or whatever color. Because look how interesting this is now.
Yeah.
And it was, remember, it was red.
Yes. And then you kind of covered it up.
And then I covered it up. And then I came back in and I rubbed out some of the cover up. Mm-hmm. And then on this side, I just went whole hog with the Black Flash and Era Golden Green Lake.
That's the ARA.
Era. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, I wanted to talk about this. Because remember, I really wanted those. It just came through ever so slightly, but not enough. So I really want to do that on the back of this one. And I'm going to pull that little hickey thing off of there. Oh, it doesn't get stuck on my plate. I don't know what it is.
How do you say that? How do you say that, Sophia? And then I'll say it out loud, but I'm not going to try to read it.
Spell it.
So it's Eid Mubarak is what they're celebrating.
Spell it.
Kind of like Christmas. Because they have like 3 days and then there's gifts involved. She's having donuts today, I think is what she was saying. Or making it. Eid Mubarak. Is that pretty good?
Oh, I wanted to show you this too.
Oh no! So Cynthia got her order and the little mini stencil is stuck to P's print that has the glue, and she needs how to separate the two safely. Help.
Wet them.
Huh?
Just put them in water.
Maybe. Trying to think. Get a little oily business going on in there.
That's gonna mess up your paper. You won't be able to paint over oil.
Well, but it's it's your fault.
Oh, of course it is. What happened?
So the and I think it's with the mediums. Is it the ones with the mediums?
Oh, the thing that
with the little mini stencil. I think you're just gonna have to rip it and see if someone makes it, and we won't be sad about it. We'll send you an extra next time.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And this heat. See, and I forget that tis the season for hotness.
Hotness. Okay. Can you see that little bit of shimmer on this page?
It's a good idea, Sandy. Just put it next to the air conditioning and then get like a little palette knife and you might be able to. Yeah. It needs to be cooled off for sure.
Yeah. Or even put it in the freezer for a bit.
Yeah, maybe. Just kind of see if it'll crack. Yeah, there you go.
And if that doesn't work, put it in the microwave.
Don't put it in the microwave.
Yeah, that's probably not such a good idea. I take that back.
Yeah.
All right, where is my stencil that I want here? I don't know if this is the one that I really want, but it's the one that I can find. That's not it. Where is my one that's got circles on it?
Hello, Sue. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Eddie wants to stick it in the crock pot with some Velveeta. He's going to turn it into queso.
Oh. I would like that. I need to do something with that, too. Oh, and here I wanted to show you this.
I'm very impressed with your charcoal things. Like, you know, sometimes it just takes me a minute to, like, really kind of take it in what you have shown. Think about it. I think that it was a very nice and easy demo.
Yeah, it actually worked.
It actually worked. Didn't have to explain it over 5 streams. I mean, we always really love that.
And we know y'all do too.
Yeah.
Like, not, but I don't know, what did I do with that? I love that stencil. I'm sure I put it in a special place so I didn't lose it.
Well, it may have had to dry.
It's just got sort of that old world.
Well, if any of the paint gets stuck onto the little mini stencil and you're willing to, like, kind of, you know, just be okay with ripping up the papers or whatever, but you can soak the stencils in Murphy's oil and the paint will come up.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with this because this is a little closer to, you know, what I want there. Than this one's too big. The orifices. Orifices.
Yeah, this is Eddie's new one. What the fancy lace?
Yeah,
I think this is style 1.
Okay, so we know what we're doing here.
That's right, April. That was a good call.
Now we're going to try it with a little bit different idea in mind here.
Oh, the stencil stuck to the paper. Yeah, it will. Yeah, that does happen. Yepers.
Oh, and all of the above. I've done all of the above. All of the above. Okay, this is wet strength tissue paper. Again, stick charcoal.
Stick.
And it's really nice because it's already flattened. You know, most of the oil pastels are round, so you have to kind of get them to go flat on one side so you get more coverage.
Okay. No, okay, so sorry. Good question though, Jenny. So she has the stencil down, then you put the tissue paper on top of that, and this officially is then frottage, also known as rubbing. But we like frottage because it sounds fancy.
Yeah, it sounds all Frenchy.
Sets us apart
actually,
from
it
others.
is Frenchy.
It is Frenchy. Literally.
Okay. So then we're going to put that aside, and we're going to pull our stencil off here. Bring our plate back in, which has dookies on it. Oh, there we go. I knew I cleaned off 3 today. I was going to go, God, surely I haven't gone through 3.
And P has done similar things with like the oil pastels, but it's more of a resist situation versus like this is a transfer.
Yeah, this is called a transfer. And I really do emphasize that you do need to really, you know, work it in there. You want it to come off of that.
We can't press upon you how important it is to press.
Pressing is paramount to profound
printing.
Thank you.
Hello, Carolina. And there you are.
And the thing is now you've got this, which you can then print using transparent paint, and you've got, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a double, which we will do that. Okay, so this is basically dry. Now we can print on here. I swear I get this stuff all, and I just cleaned this plate, and I think it does a little better if it's not quite so clean.
No. Do not draw directly onto the plate with the charcoal.
Well, it just doesn't work. Oh, trust me, I have tried it.
She tried.
It kind of goes. It doesn't do much of anything.
Too grippy.
There. It is. All right, so now we're going to take something sort of like this iridescent yellow flash. And we're going to put that down with this stencil.
This is diamond ring style one.
Squeeze in there, you little burger.
Now, I would think, and I don't think you've ever done this, with the oil pastels drawn directly to the plate.
I think I tried that too, and it wasn't very...
it wasn't successful?
Well, it just, you know, it wasn't dark enough. It didn't make enough...
Right, because it just kind of skid across there, wouldn't hold.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm envisioning. I didn't know if to watch her do it. She probably tried these things behind the scenes.
I did, and when they don't work, I'm like, well, geez, do we really want to replicate?
Sometimes we like to watch you fail.
Fail? Oh, well,
just so that we know.
Try to keep that in mind for further
exploration.
Yeah.
At your expense. Yes.
All right. So that is the yellow flash. Let's turn it over. Let that dry. And I think that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, what do we have over here? Oh, we might use that, but maybe later. Now, Mariah and I talked about it, and I turn this like this because I think the rainbow should go this way. We're going to try some rainbow effects with our web here. It's grabbing. Okay, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So, where's the rainbow thing that you had downstairs? So I know what colors to do.
What are you talking about?
That packaging that you brought
this
up.
Thing?
Okay, so I need to start with purple.
Roy G. Biv, lady. Roy
I know, but
G.
I'm
Biv.
just not, you know.
This is the washi tape. So whenever y'all get your orders or whatever, this is the washi tape I get. I like the packaging.
Okay, just hold it there. You know, don't be.
I'm just going to prop it up. There you go.
Okay, so now I need kind of a blue. We're going to put that down. Now, this is not going to be exactly a... Did you notice somebody mentioned this the other day in the... I thought, yes. Keep your paint away from the edge. Because that way you don't have to worry about it, you know, like going... Okay, I need kind of a turquoisey color here.
Yes, Candy. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on, and Devin said that she had done that, and whenever Fran did it, she used those graphite sticks or pencil. I think they were pencils when the ones that Fran, from what it was a long time ago. And it's crazy, like, sometimes I feel like, oh, you know, that was just, you know, like a month or so ago. And then I look back and it's like, you know, like 3 years. Hi. Hi, Angela. Welcome, welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you're watching in replay, please do the same. You know, give those thumbs ups and then, you know, comment below.
And these are all the flashy colors.
She's getting flashy with it.
And I'm running out of room here, so we're going to have to go light on the pink. So we're just going to do a pinky red here.
Here, do you want this? Like a magenta-y?
That's what I don't know. I think I'm going to stay with this.
Okay, the
I'm
color
afraid
shifting.
that one's going to be just too much for my...
Yes, for the others to handle. I understand what you're saying. All right. You with your rainbow business. Very proud of you. It's a rainbow flash. Hi, Lori. Question to the peanut gallery. How do you handle an Arty Funk? Tips to get out of it.
Just do it. It's a Nike thing. You know, just get out some stuff and just make some hellacious messes.
Yes.
Those messes, then you look at
Here's
them.
also what P will do. She will start cleaning things, and then what you do, if you were very against cleaning, you will find something else to do. Something arty. But in the meantime, you know, you might clean up something. I like that idea, personally.
I'm an angry cleaner.
She gets real angry. The other thing is look through other things that you have made.
Yeah.
I love that. Because we always are like, oh, yeah, we should do that again. And then it may not even be exactly that thing, but it has sparked something, you know, maybe a new way of doing that. Well done, Patricia. Well done.
Wished I'd saved a little more room for the red.
But that's okay. I kind of appreciate it. Because the web is blue, it actually feels better that you went heavier with the cooler colors. It's my personal opinion.
Well, I think that's going to be really splendid.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what else we've got.
Carrie sorts. Yeah, see, he sorts storage and finds unfinished projects. Yep.
Okay, now I need to get these back on the card here.
Oh, and that's a great idea too. Jeanette says she keeps a very good sized box of samples and things to make again.
Yes, and a lot of times I will go back and look at my little books. You know that can you hand me one of my wire bound ones? I got some business going on here with my. This is my storage thing that I showed Mariah that I wanted, and she's still, you know, muddly fudding.
Muddly fuddling?
Muddly fudding about it.
That seems very rude.
I don't know. This all came off of here, but somehow or other it's not going back on there like it should go back on there. And let's see here.
See, and every once in a while you need to just kind of touch things and separate them.
True that.
Here.
Oh my. Yeah. Okay, this is a lovely cover. Look at that cover.
And it's actually, see, this was a volume set. There's two. And then they actually go together.
And I also sent one to Judy.
No, that's the other. That's one of the other ones that's there.
Okay.
This, I think we have both.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna sit here and go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna say, and every now and then it's really good. You know, I should go through this with that wax now that we found it.
We should wax it.
Wax it. But I'm just turning it to the pages. This is where you go, oh, well, let's do some more sgraffito.
That's sgraffito.
And that's blue sgraffito. Look at how wonderful
it really
that
is good sgraffito.
That's very, what do you call that? Pottery, Delft blue. And look at those. And here's shadow technique. Oh, and here's textured up the wazoo. Here's Fran's thing. I used to. She actually moved me with the magnet. This is Fran's thing. I used to use that thing all the time.
And you still do. Don't tell people otherwise.
Okay.
Yes, the distress wax, the distress glaze is.
All right, I'm gonna get some stuff on this, and then we'll go through the books.
We like going through the books.
I need to get this out of the way.
Distress glaze, yeah. This business.
Okay. I want something old worldy here.
I don't know what that. I mean, I know what that means, but I don't know what that means for that thing. Hello, Gail. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Suzanne.
Here we go. Quinacridone burnt orange in Sennelier.
Do you wax it like with wax, or do you use like a particular? Because there was discussion the other day, and then do you remember? I think we've actually used that beeswax at one point. Remember when we didn't have anything else, and we're like, hey, let's see what about that. Remember when we had that kind of one furniture wax?
Oh, yeah.
The only problem with it is like it not only is it waxy, but it's pretty oily, so that's not like necessarily ideal.
I just didn't like the way it smelled so much.
It has a weird smell.
It does have
that polishy smell, and it's sort of
yeah.
Oh, you use the Dorlands, yes, and that has been recommended a lot to us.
All right, this is very dry, as you can see.
Ooh. And it's not going to pull.
Yeah, it's not a good pull color. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pull off as much as we can here, because I think that might be in and of itself an interesting.
Yes, textury, distressing.
And then maybe come back in and pull it with a metallic or even like a buff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got some metallic going on there anyway.
That looks really cool.
With that yellow.
And those are both Eddie stencils. Mm-hmm. Oh, and speaking of, okay, so if you need inspiration, Carrie, is that still up on your website? He has like a word thing and whatever. Like I think you can print them out and put them on sticks, or you know, just print them out and like pull them out of a jar. Darcy has done videos, like she's made cards and other different things. I think she even utilized some of Carrie's words to do that with. Yeah. And Carrie wants to know, Cheryl, do you buff the excess wax off? That seems personal, but it's not.
It would seem like that you would, because I know that wax that we use and that little thing that we have in there.
You want to make, yeah, because like a little bit goes a long way.
Then that's one of the reasons that it is in there. Okay, I
yes,
don't.
Ranger makes that distress glaze. Mm-hmm. What do you? Sorry,
I'm just thinking about what I want to do here, and I think I want to stay in this whole feeling of kind of oldie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm looking for, I'm looking for my carborundum here. I don't know where my carborundum went.
Thin layers and buff.
Yes. Okay, this is metallic black. It's not what I want.
Yes, she does buff it. She thought that was funny.
What?
I'm just
carborundum.
Carborundum. It's Ara's version of Micacious Me. That's not the name of it.
And it has a bit of a blue tinge to it. You notice that?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Put it out there. So that's going to be, I'm hoping, nice to work with the,
Oh, that's pretty smart there, Tegan. She crumples wax paper and then rubs the artwork with it.
Oh, of course you could. Well, that's brilliant.
And I think that's the first time I've actually heard that.
I think
usually we hear these things like, I mean, every time we have this conversation, but that's a new one, and I like it. Okay, then I won't talk about it.
What are you not talking about?
Well, yeah, I'm just not going to, because then people are going to be like, Arr. Alice uses carnauba wax. Why have I heard that before?
That's
carnauba.
Fancy.
Is it fancy? Some fancy wax. Okay.
If it pulls, it's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Mm-hmm. We shall see. Let's look at the books. We can talk about things. Maybe this will give you a little inspiration. These are always fun. It's like, especially this book.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different techniques.
And a lot of different stencils. And I think this is actual texture with the light and fluffy.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you I found my pressure plates, my, what do you call them? In this drawer back here that I cleaned out. Semi-cleaned out.
Like, but the ones with the stencils?
Yeah.
She shoved them in a drawer.
Imagine that.
That's why she couldn't find them.
And this little jobber right here is really nice to separate your pages without ripping them a new one. You can see these little guys.
Yes.
This is texture. Texture. These pages are so heavy because they've got paint on two sides that a lot of times
Yeah, and what we do is actually, if you have a little piece of felt, that's what we keep in ours, because I don't really like getting it. I mean, it still gets on your fingers, but I don't like to scoop it out with my fingers. And this is kind of nice because it holds a certain amount of it.
Isn't that pretty? I think that is so pretty.
That's the way to do it.
And this whole book was about circles.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. But isn't that cool how that looks?
Mo would like to know that if the double-sided texture plates still have blood stains on them. Because remember, we figured out that even though it was very efficient to do that, it was not exactly ideal as far as application. She didn't remember.
I don't remember.
She tucked that away.
Yeah.
How did that end up with a little chunky chunk out of the side of it? Like, it looks decorative, so it's obviously purposeful.
And well, because it goes around the edges of the, I don't know, it was a screw up, so that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is really interesting over here. This has a lot of, it's got paper, it's got, yeah, all kinds of stuff there. Now, that's pretty pousy.
Yeah, it is.
It's more of those little chrysanthemums.
Well, and a lot of these that have like stick up heavily, more than not, they have texture paste.
That's texture paste.
Or
now look at that! Isn't that looks like pottery too? Yes. Oh, and look at that! Isn't that cool? Looking?
That's a dinged up donut.
And there's Fran's urchin.
Mm-hmm. It comes in a stamp now. I would have made that a lot easier. That was before stamping. I should come back and do stamps.
I did lots of colored pencil on this.
Yeah, you did.
You can see that.
Yeah, I think you even did a little bit of that on stream.
I think maybe I did. Look at that. How cool looking is that? I don't even know I did that.
Oh, here. They want to see the jar wax. Here.
Check this out. This is some wonderful crazing. Okay, this is distressed glaze.
No, just distress. It is not past tense. It is still in its mode of distressing.
What?
You said distressed glaze. It's not
distress glaze.
Yeah, not ED. Now she'll never be able to do anything to that page.
Well, unless I wash it down with soap. And, you know, I could
Jedikins. Microglaze is the exact same stuff. In fact, I think Ranger buys it from them because the original is the Jedikins. Jedikins. In fact, if you read on that packaging, I think there says something, and that's why I know that.
Gears. Oh, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And there is a flower on tissue. Look, you can even see the tape marks on that.
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. Can you see all those different shiny colors there? That's really pretty. I did that.
Tammy loves the book. She's on a call right now. She's not listening, but she loves it.
Well, this one definitely needs some... Oh.
Yeah, see?
Sometimes that happens. And then, you know, it's just no real big deal. You can tell that I believe we had another little oopsie there.
I'm telling you, a lot of times it has to do with the texture paste or the glazes or the butters. Those kind of things.
All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anything to that side. I'm just going to do it to this side over here. Because what happens is when you have texture meeting texture, that's when you are in for a really, you know, dangerous situation. Okay?
That's when frottage goes badly.
Yeah, that's when frottage goes badly. All right, so I'm just going to push that out of the way and let that dry a little bit, and we'll just grab another one of these boogers that we've got here. Look at that. Wonderful.
Now flip it over.
Cover.
See? These are these
yeah,
belong together. Can you show the covers together real quick? It's important. Because somebody did some very major work. See, although they don't meet up, that sort of irked me, but
it was just what I mean.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, one of those things.
I got turned around.
Oh, that's some nice buttery.
Buttery business.
Buttery business. Ooh, look at that.
Now you should talk about what is in that thing right there, like, you know, what that stuff is and that it's no longer available, but there are similar things.
Yeah, it's some of Sethy stuff.
Used to be called what something glitter paste. The paste, it was in a pouch.
You gotta be careful here because I'm about to lose a bunch of stuff up here on the line.
No, golly.
Is it some kind of ice stuff?
Well, there was a
ice ink, iced coffee.
Yeah.
That's not it. Okay, here it is. Glitter paste. Diamond glitter paste. Ice ink diamond glitter paste. Hopefully.
I don't know if that stuff's
hard
as a rock. Yeah. It's old. That's like 3 years old.
Guess we can just... They don't make it anymore?
Chucky Chuck.
Bummer. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice?
That's some good stuff right there. Oh, those are,
that's the little orbs. Square.
Orbs something.
Yeah. Ooh, and look at those. And what I tried to do is I tried to make them look, you know, match up to the one that they're opening up to.
Yes. You should definitely, like, if you don't know what to do with all those prints, do this. Cut them up, and then you can have some that are the same or do different techniques to, you know.
See, that's some more of that stuff. I'm real sad about that. I didn't know it wasn't.
Oh, I think if you found some glittery business, you can just mix it in with some medium and rub it into something.
I probably could. I've got these floaty things that I keep thinking are gnats. You know, from my eye op. This one is like right there.
At least you know you're not
swatting at them. Look at that. That's nice. And this is the shadow technique.
From the original.
And this is a little landscapey sort of thing here. Oh, and look at that. Aren't those wonderful colors? And look at that. What do you call that? Butter chartreuse, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Now this is a very, very multi-layered print there. And so is this one, but it's not.
Well, and there's also some collaging that had to happen there.
Because, yeah, look at that wonderful.
Somebody screwed up on the holes.
And look at that.
But I fixed it.
That's micaceous.
Me. These are impressive. And this was a while ago.
Now this, and the stencil no longer exists because it was made out of
paper.
Paper.
Wasn't a manila folder.
Manila folder.
Yeah.
And it just kind of collapses. Isn't that nice? That little bit of blue there.
Yeah, exactly. See, Jenny and Darcy both agree that you could mix up your own. We just need to find the right color of like glitter to be able to rub in.
Goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some fancy Semitic writing. Look at that. I just love this because I just think it's so World War II Japanese.
Yes.
Spent a lot of time on this. This has got a lot of pencil work.
Hold that one up because you can't really, like, from a distance, you don't really see it. But when you see there. Oh, wait. Actually, bring it more this way. There we go. See the pencil work? In there.
And this is just a donut, but look at how cool that kind of mushed out there. Oh, look at that little booger.
Yeah, we need to, you know what you should do is go back through these
this is puzzle.
And stamp. Or you need to create a new one that, you know, you can stamp.
Well, I might have enough papers left over that we can actually create a new book.
Ooh, look at those. I think that was some sgraffito, but then also some of your early washout kind of experiments.
Definitely could be. That definitely looks like it up there. Ooh, and look at this. Oh, this is so beautiful.
She loved that stuff. She really went.
When I like something, I like it.
Hey, here's the thing: if you do make that stuff, or you have some of it, the key is a finger cut, because it will rough you up, and especially if you're applying as much as she was applying.
Because I did have a kind of a raw finger.
Raw finger situation. Oh, that would be wonderful. We've kind of done that, like when we did the paper. I love that stuff, where like how we did the experiments with the Yasutomo papers, and then we did the stamps, and I mean, it's kind of. I mean, I don't know how arty it is, but it is fun because it's like this experimental guide.
I'm telling you.
Sort of like field notes or...
The thing about this is, because when you're doing both sides kind of thing...
Oh, let me tell you, she resorted those
I
papers.
spent hours putting these together.
And then she got real mad because I actually got them out of order in one of them. And I was like, listen, you just need to deal with it. Because I'm done.
Texture. It has
texture.
Deb. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? And that's with the stuff again. Oh, I think this is pretty. I don't really know that these two go together, but maybe.
Oh, yeah, we have these. We have a ton of them. That's when we got them. Things are fabulous, and they come in different sizes. For, you know, whatever size finger you have. See?
Oh, I don't know what you call that. Some kind of Rooney thing. Oh, and look at this one. It has.
I'm entertaining myself over here.
You are?
I am.
I spent a lot of time on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not loving it, but it's a whole lot better than it was.
That's awesome. And you spent some time on that.
Pencil work. I think that was wonderful. I would like to have a piece of pottery that had that look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's a little collage business going on here.
Oh, Ingrid, you want to use some kind of tissue. Obviously, the wet strength tissue works the best, or a tracing paper of some sort to be able to do the charcoal transfer. Because you don't want it to be too thin, because it'll rip up, and then I'll be a real bummer.
Yeah, and you don't want
to be able to.
Your copy paper doesn't work very well because it doesn't get down in there.
Right. It's like there's a toothiness to the tissue, but it also releases.
This is Yupo, but look at how I've interwoven those little strips of whatnot there.
She's very proud of that.
Very proud of that one.
Just wanted to point that out.
Just wanted to point that out.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of quilted crop circles all up in this and dinged up donuts.
Yeah, I was. That was the whole thing.
And Uncle Joe.
Yes.
Coffee rings.
Coffee rings, but look at that. Smooshy business there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've got Uncle Joe. That's the coffee rings, coffee circles. There's a lot of the arty squiggle circles in this.
Mediterranean is what I call that.
Don't listen to her. She doesn't name the stencils. I mean, she tries to, but it's usually after the fact. Okay, yeah. Dinged up donuts. Coffee buddies.
And I spent some time
Uncle
doing
Joe.
some pencil work there also.
Oh, there's lots of nested. There's a ton of Fran's urchin thing, which is available. So what you're looking for are the flower urchins, and this is the center part. I don't know how. Oh, because you blocked it off. But anyway, since then, we have a stamp. So this thing would actually be way easier to achieve at this moment. Whereas at that point, it wasn't.
I love this stencil, but
Diane's sending me pictures. Are they appropriate?
So, I really have a hate-love relationship with that.
A hate-love?
Hate-love with this one.
Not
because
love-hate.
It's always getting stuck to the, and boinging on you.
Oh, yeah, well, and that's a boingy stencil that's being shown there.
Boingy. Okay, look at this side. I mean,
Well, look at that.
Some stuff going on there. I spent some time on that.
I think that's... Did you collage that on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collaged it, Mariah. Ooh, and this is just paint, but look at that. Isn't that?
That's some good paint.
Some good paint. All right, so this is we call these the lookbooks. One of many completed on June 2022 in Saxe, Texas. Binding done by Mariah rushing at PM Artist Studio. Patricia R. Carmichael was the printmaker. That's so little, you know. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, now this cover is from Judy P.
Yes, and she has the other.
She has the other one, and I think
wonder-
I even wrote that in here.
I know. I
This
hope
is
her
a
son got all
lookbook.
that stuff.
Yes, one of many. Companion book sent to Judy Perrin in September 2021. And then I'm binding by Mariah. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this predates these. And I think I have actually come through and waxed these pages. Or maybe they're just not getting, you know. But you can see there's a lot of cool wall prints here.
Diane's sending me pictures of
You
wax.
can really, you know, there's X's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, what's this, Mariah?
Oh, that's Blip Blop Rocks.
Well, that looks cool.
Well, you made it.
It
wasn't a very popular stencil. She liked it a lot, but
I liked it a lot. It kind of looks like
it gums up real quick, though.
It does gum up rather quickly.
Mm-hmm. Blip Blop Rocks.
And then here's
Stompy Rocks.
Stompy Rocks. Well, that was a brilliant application of said stencil. Ooh, that's cool looking.
There's some string thing. Some what are those? Just squares?
This is the one that has the...
That is Nemo's orbs. But yes, there's more to it.
There were more, and I really like that one. I used to use that one a lot.
That's cups and saucers.
Nice wall prints here. Look at those
cups
wall prints.
Oh, and then Tammy says, oh, you can see the growth of your prints.
You can, because look, these are just pretty much, you know.
That stencil got remade, basically.
That looks cool.
It still hasn't been very popular. I don't know why.
Well, it should be. I don't know why it is.
Well, you haven't really used it. I think yours is still even, like, the remake of it, because it came out during, like, when we did that really big launch of things.
Oh. Yeah. I really like this one. I really like this one is used with
well, now we have the gears. Yeah, there's actually a...
Hey, look, here's beans.
Series. Yeah, Frijoles Trio.
Some of these are kind of hard to tell what they are. Oh, there's leaves. We know about that. Boy, this is a lovely patina over here.
She's not giving me any time to, like, name them off and, like, you know, do anything. She's just moving along. Moving along!
Oh, look at that. Look how cool that looks.
You loved to throw stencil butter, or not, sorry, the texture paste through that stencil. That is the inner part. Okay, so there's two parts to the wonky net. Like, there's the wonky net stencil and then the wonky net mask. That's the stencil.
And back behind here is Geopoly, I think.
That is correct. Good job.
The biggin.
And that's just parts of string thing.
String thing parts.
And it is thing. Holy free holy. Free holy trio.
And this is puzzle. Look at those wonderful wall prints. It doesn't matter if they aren't complicated. They're still nice.
I know, you should stamp something on those. Stamp it.
I like them just like they are. This is, again, we're having
texture paste.
Texture paste hugging onto other texture paste. See?
They're friends.
It's already been pulled a couple times, and you can see the little residues on this side.
This is an interactive artwork piece. It interacts with itself. There's
That's
stuff
subtle, but it's there. Another wall print piece that was really, I mean, very proud of these at the time. Oh, and look at that. Kind of a one-off kind of thing there.
Mo's enjoying the ASMR of the turning of the pages and the...
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's, Waves. Isn't it Waves? No, what is it called?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's an oldie but goodie. Why can't I remember the name of that one? That makes me sad. I made that one.
Isn't that wonderful?
Hello, Debbie.
I recommend doing these little books just because
Kathy.
Coming back and looking at them later on, you can just see, your own growth. Because, you know, I thought that these were like the bee's knees at the time, and now I'm going, yeah, okay, those are nice, but...
Still don't want to stamp on them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I remember hesitating to put the other one in Judy's book because it was like I loved it so much.
I think there were a couple that you didn't like that only ended up in your book.
All right.
And then we had to seal that buggerboo because I tell you, Judy P was notorious for just mixing whatever.
Okay, now, Jolynn Morris received the other book. But I don't have a date down here.
Yeah, I think that was like a giveaway kind of situation.
But this is the smallest one. But it has a lot of mixed media.
This is later, much later.
Yes. Look at this. I mean, this page, if you could feel it, is just
static orbs. Nemo's nodes and static orbs or something like that. That's what that one's called. Yeah.
And look at the patina on that. I mean, even now that I think that's very.
Yeah. So Anne asked, "Did you make bigger sheets?" Yeah, they all started out as like 8.5 by 11 sheets for the most part, and a majority of it is the 32-pound hammer mill. Even way back when.
Oh,
now that's not to say that there might be some rando papers in there. Maybe even like the Paycon printmaking paper. But for the most part, it really is just like either the 32-pound or printmaking paper. That's going to be the two main ones. And they were larger sheets. And then so P started out much like she's doing with this whole process of the funky book that she's going to be creating. Now she's keeping those larger sheets. Those are going to be more, it's a larger book, where these were cut down basically into 4s. And then what happened is, like, because especially then she didn't have the larger gel plates. No. So in order to come back and do the edges and do the different things to them, then they would get more and more and different layers done to them. So that way it's like you start out with 4 pieces that are similar, and then they evolve. And that's really cool, because then in the evolution of the book, you can tell even here, like, you can you have a suspicion that they started out similarly, but they don't end up there. Bye, Carrie. Good night.
Now this is an edge of a stencil, and I can't tell you which one, but this is light and fluffy. Put on into this one was put down, let it dry, then put this one down.
So this is those moments where we're like, hey, if you've asked for your outer bits and things, because that was what created that double edge of, I don't know, just the two things there.
Yeah.
But it was done with the outer bits.
This has lots of watercolor on it.
Okay, let's see here. So Ingrid, that's why we were talking about that distress glazes and the waxes and all those different things. That's what P was rubbing on there earlier. I don't know if you saw that in the little jar. That's the best thing that we have. And then Carrie was talking about that they use the, oh, and I can't remember it, but y'all can say it again in the chat. What the name of that wax was. And then Diane sent me a picture, her wax, which is,
and this is that edge again.
Art Spectrum Artist Oil Painting Wax Medium. Oh, it contains turpentine oil. It'll be stinky. She said it was stinky. Dorlands. There we go. Yeah. Okay, am I getting all the questions here? I think. And hello, Barbara. Sorry. I've been yammering on here.
And here's that same edge of,
There was a lot of chopping.
I really like that. And I thought this was nice how it came down in. There's
Yeah, and that static or the the orb one, when we first had it, it started out only as an ATC, and that's probably why you have it like that, Eddie. And then we came out with it in a larger form.
And this, I think this is really, here's arrow and thumbprint, and I'm not sure, something going on in the background there. It could be Stompy Rock.
Yeah, a pretty cool mix. Like, so we have the set of 7 that has like the arrow, and it has like a smaller version of Geopoly in it. It has a kind of funky version of the string thing in a stencil version, but it's kind of an original set of 7. Some of our 7 first designs. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Okay, that's just one. It's got stuff on both sides, and it's really heavy.
And you know what's funny? Is that piece right there came from... So there are kind of sister pieces in the Halloween book.
That's right.
And see, some of them I can recognize, like the projects that they came from, or kind of the era.
And look at that collage. That's a nice... That's some of that stuff. You open it up and it flies around. I love thumbprint a lot. You can see I love thumbprint.
That, I think, is thumbprint one of the 7? It might be. But it's also, thumbprint is also in one of the sets of 9 ATCs. See, we didn't always do that in the very beginning, but like, if you are new to PM Artist Studio stencils, some of those sets, like the ATC size ones, if you want to play around and you want to make these smaller books, they are perfect for this.
And this was torn accidentally.
And that's lattice. And lattice comes in lots of different sizes.
And I really like this little jobber. I used it
Arty
a
Squiggles.
lot.
She doesn't like
and
the
this
name.
is one that
oh, that's a
Carrie.
not this Carrie, but Girl Carrie. Kari Carrie.
In Scotland.
No, she's not. No, she's in the UK. And I don't remember what she calls her, because she changed her.
It's called basket weave.
Yeah, that's the... I don't know if she's still selling her stencils and stuff or not. I haven't seen her around in a while.
Look at that. Isn't that a wonderful... Look at that there. I think this has got some pencil work on it.
Thank you. Yes, Carrie Gibson.
Alrighty, well. If that's dry.
Well, you got 20 minutes, so if there's anything you need to put another layer on or anything
we
over
gotta
there.
look at this, because there's some good stuff. Look at this. Look at the eye.
She spent days on this. Days. On just that.
Waiting for it to show up here so I have a good... Isn't that marvelous? Yeah, I did spend a lot of time on that. That's just a straightforward flop off, but okay, here's an... Look at that stuff there with those greens. Oh, check it out, Mo. Another... Oh, and here, and I spent a lot of time on this, and I don't know that it, it's okay, but then Mariah had to fix the edge. This has a lot of colored pencil on it. Made to go with the opposite page there. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that?
Oh, Alice,
that's some indigo there.
Alice said that the mini stamps are great for ATC size collage and whatnot. She hasn't seen you use them for a while. You need to bust out your little stamps and do some
Check that out.
I think once we get the book put together, she'll get to a phase of it where she can do things like that, and then she can utilize hopefully the stamps to do more fun things in the book once it's assembled. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Talk about the cinch binding. Oh, so these are, so the spiral binding is this little machine. It's the Zutter, this thing, and see, it just pushes. You can get the different wires. It also, so when you push this, it has it punches it, and then this part here pushes the wire together. It's a great little thing to have. They're kind of pricey, but if you look on eBay or Marketplace or something like that, a lot of times people can find them pretty reasonably.
Okay. Yeah, this one was finished in June 2022. So this is one of the... But I thought I did a bang-up job of doing this.
Yeah, and that was after the fact.
And this is some of that crap tape. Rest assured it is glued down.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, well, that was fun. Thing to do every now and again. Some of you have seen these before, but...
Hey, Sonny.
I mean, I don't even remember some of them, so...
Well, and it's good to go through them and separate out the pages. Do you have some of your things that you need to get a final
I think so. What did I do with my pen?
full color on?
Oh no.
Hey, look.
Lost my pen.
Pretty sure. Is this your book?
This is starting to look really fantastic. Well, let's see if we can pull some of these things. They should be dry by now. I don't know, this feels a little cold to the touch, but let's see. Oh, it's coming up like a dream.
Like a dream, she sucks.
All right, this is the carborundum. Look how I pulled that baby up there. Ah,
Ooh, very nice.
I wish you could feel it. It's sandpapery.
Got some grit.
It's got some grit to it. It really does. All righty. Well, that was a good one.
Oh no, this one is mine. Okay. Yes, so all of these prints, well, not all, because this isn't like, well, unless she, obliterates the happiness, which she may do. She's been known to. She gives us happy and then she takes it away.
No, I will leave this one.
That's pretty good.
I think it looks really cool. And I like the shiny colors in between the matte of the turquoise.
Yes.
That's one of the things I think everyone should be aware of, that when they're doing that, don't do shiny on shiny.
Right. It's really cool when you use like a really matte opaque paint and mix that then with more either transparent or shiny, or mix all of the things together, because you're going to get a more interesting print.
A much more interesting.
Okay, so sorry. So P's book, this next book that she's going to do, she's going to try a more traditional binding, like with signatures and doing the thread. But it will probably be it's either going to have quite a few signatures, so it's going to be all fat daddy, one thick book, or maybe 3 signatures, so it'll be a little bit thinner in 2 volumes or something. Like that's kind of what I'm envisioning, but it could even be.
Well, I think I'm just going to go big, because that way I'll just have to make one cover. This is beige Lucas Krill.
Pasto. That does make a difference.
And I am squeezing a lot of it out here. I do not want to have to come back and add some more paint.
Because she's kind of pushing on time-wise.
Yeah. I am.
Because even though it's dry, it's not dry.
I do not want to do that on there. That is looking absolutely wonderful.
No, so the new book she is going to do, like, with the
more traditional binding method.
Needle and thread. Thread binding? I don't know. What do you call it?
Yeah, stitchery.
Stitchery.
Stab technique.
It's not
stab binding.
No, because that's different. Stab binding is a different technique, because that has like, you do the outside thing, like you do the holes on the outside and then you come back around. If you want to see some really cool ones, Kylie Koo. Plus, we like her. She's really sweet and wonderful person.
Well, you saw how much paint I used there.
It is dry today.
Holy moly.
We have the AC on.
That's not going to pull out there, but I don't have any choice here.
3-hole pamphlet stitch. There we go. Thank you, Darcy. Sometimes we know what we're talking about.
And sometimes we just don't describe it. I have a picture in my brain.
Yeah, I thought I explained it very well, and obviously I did, because Darcy knew what to call it.
There you go.
There you go. Stitched binding. Yeah. 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Yeah. Every day, Eddie. Every day. It's beautiful. I don't think it's all going to come up that way, but look at that, y'all. Here, get your hands out of the way and I'll screenshot it. I'm going to do a whole printable set.
That's really...
It didn't pull the way we thought. But we got a snapshot. Wait, I'll call it Coptic. Is it Coptic? That does sound right. Messy palette. Yeah.
Look at these. Look at this edge here. Isn't this wonderful? If I could get any more back off, that would be so cool.
Coptic. Because that's the that Coptic is more of the fancy one with all like the things on the outside.
Well, I want to know how Miriam got those little knots and dots on her.
All right, here, hold on, because y'all can help us since we've got examples of these.
Mary, is she here?
No, she needed to go to bed. She's traveling tomorrow.
Oh.
Or, you know. See, we've done it before. Sort of. Now, let me tell you, there were some people that had comments about my very first try at this, and it is on the internet. I think I deleted those comments because it was unneeded. You know, it was unnecessary. It was unkind. But this is kind of...
Yes.
But this one is an all folded kind of situation, but it is a more traditional-ish. But here's Miriam's. It's very pretty, and I think this is Coptic. Because it's fancy on the outside.
See, I don't know how she made those little knots. If she twisted her paper or twisted her string. I don't know.
See, and that would be how many holes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this might be the 5.
3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So she kind of went back and forth there. But I don't know how...
I'll look that up. See if we have an example.
She knotted her thing there.
How naughty she is.
Yes. Her knotting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that she put that in there.
Oh, so that's... I swear, something fuzzy that was attacking me. So, Coptic binding is similar to like what I was saying with that stab binding, but you have those different signatures, and then it has like the...
And I think these are some of her drawings. Either that or her dad, because her dad did this kind of stuff too.
Yeah, and here's Sophia's. See, this is that, like what you're talking about doing with the 3. So that's more like what you're gonna do.
So yeah, and you start in the middle, you go up, and then you come back in, and then you go down, and then you come back, and you end up in the middle.
Now, see, this is the one that I do a lot, which is just, you know, you bring it around and do the, I think it's just string. Oh, and my pages are still loose because I was still supposed to be working on things. But that's good because it shows you the, here, show them that.
It's a good day to try something new. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was
just that flower.
Just not too long ago. That's my Sophia book. You're supposed to be looking for yours. I don't know where yours is. I don't have a Coptic stitch book.
That's cool looking.
I don't think. We've never done it, and I don't know that anybody's ever sent us one.
Is that the one where they go around the edge?
Yeah, on the outside. Yeah. Like, so there's...
And the reason I don't like that is because the pages don't open well.
It does get funky with the opening of it.
Oh, this is the one. I worked on this with you.
Yeah.
Well, there's still some work to be done in this.
There's work to be done in all my books, lady.
Is this yours or is this mine?
That is mine. Don't even try to take things. Don't.
What are with these that are falling out right here?
Because I can work on them, and I was working on some. And see, you can slide them back in because that's just a string bind.
Oh yeah, that's the.
You can slide them in and out. Some people call it something else, but I can't remember.
There's Mariah.
We got 5 minutes.
Well, I really like these pages, and I remember doing some of these, and I think
she's becoming.
I think this is my book. I'm just saying.
You do. You feel like you have some.
I know this is my book, but this is a really nice one.
That is an hour book.
This one is a lot of.
There's a video showing me doing that binding, which people had things to say about.
Brushos. This is brushos.
It is.
Oh, and these really wonderful candies. Oh man, I love those.
Well, they were cookies. They weren't candies. They were cookies.
They were kind of cookie candies. They were really
hybrid,
yummy. Look, there's a little piece of envelope. There's another cookie wrapper.
Yes, that okay. Good job, Candy. Thank you. So here's a word description of it. Coptic binding is a thread sewn binding technique where the signatures are sewn together with a chain-like stitch across the spine. Mm-hmm. This method allows the book to lay flat when open.
That's not what I'm thinking of then.
You're thinking more, okay, the stab binding is the one that comes around and leaves less of it and doesn't do the flat part. Yeah. But I thought the Coptic kind of did the same thing, but maybe...
I don't know.
I've never owned one of those, so I don't know.
I don't know that either.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hi, Susan. No, it's fun. There's a lot of back and forth taking a thing.
I can print this.
Well, you got 4 minutes. If that's what you want to finish on.
Yeah. All right. Let's just finish this up in some really. Okay. I'll turn this around because I'm going to try to go with the lines that I have here, so I don't have to worry about cleaning all this up. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to put this back together.
This is red, brown, bronze, and that was dark gold.
Yeah, P spits on hers.
What? What?
Oh, they're talking about signing your books and this, that, the other, and then Mo said that she signs hers with her DNA, the red stuff at the end.
Oh.
And then that's why I said you spit on yours a lot, because usually you spit on something or she do that. No sew binding.
No sew?
No sew. That's what this is called. No sew. That just came to me. Y'all maybe put that in there, and I don't know. You probably totally did, but Midori style. Yes, thank you, Darcy. That was the other thing I was trying to think of, because it's a brand of book, but a lot of people call it that, like the Midori style that I've seen and remember.
Okay, I'm going to do this. Just going to go over just a little bit.
Okay, going over. I'm trying
to... Going over.
This
is gold.
is gold.
Want to make sure I have plenty of paint. I do not want to run out of paint because it irritates the dog do out of me, and then I have to come back in and do another.
Well, and things are drying very quickly today.
They certainly are.
Oh, yes. And then, yeah, the Midori style books are held together with elastic bands. I usually just do mine with the gold thread. That's how. It's very Mariah signature of something. I don't know that I've ever given one of my books away. I don't like to. Makes me sad.
I have given some of mine away.
You have given yours. Usually when there's been a, like there's a set. So we have a representation here. I don't do volume sets.
Always helps if your paper's the right size before you print it, but that doesn't mean you have to.
Very nice, Mo. Mo stitched 26 signatures into a teeny tiny book this week. She needs a cello, please. Golf clap. Oh, and she's playing for you.
Cello's down here.
Hey, that looks good. The gold was a very good call.
Of course it is, because it's the light shining
through. It's like looking at, yeah, up into the stars through the tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Diane gave you all the instruments. She's got a whole, what is that, a quartet? Quintet.
Just don't really, I'm feeling orange on this.
Okay, do it. And then I'm going to shut you off.
Orange. Let's ombre it.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe do the gold and orange. Like the sun, it's either setting or coming up. I think it's usually you get that orangey sky when it's setting.
Okay, so we're going to put that down here. Then we're going to put...
I don't think I'm of that age, Eddie. I don't get that.
I don't really want shiny stuff here. Do not want it.
That one the DJ revolved it. And don't leave me hanging, Eddie. That you need to, yeah. Oh.
It's very soupy.
Eddie's the same age as I am.
What?
Or roundabout. He's not. He just watches those old movies, maybe. Ooh, I love this. Well, ombre is actually just with it, not with the H on it, not like my friend ombre, although we are not against that at all. We highly encourage an ombre. And that makes me just chuckle thinking about it. But ombre as in a color gradation.
O-M, not H. It ain't a dude.
And really, it became very popular there for a while, like where girls would ombre their hair. Yeah. And it's just kind of a nod to that, but gradation. It sounds more fun than gradation. Yeah, a vaudeville thing. Yeah.
Look
at that. That's very pretty. You knocked it out of the park with the charcoal business today.
I know. I'm very proud of myself. All right. Well, we must leave that to...
I think you should do some videos, Eddie. Or maybe like a little bonus thing at the end of your videos. Mm-hmm. Oh, see, I don't know about that, Acme. Now the hair is described as balayage. Balayage. I don't know these things. That would totally be awesome. Like, stay to the end to get your... I don't know if that's what you want to call it.
I don't even remember doing this.
It's gotta be something, like, you know, rolls off the tongue. Balayage. Balayage. Balayage is streaky hair. Yeah, and the ombre is like when it, you know, comes from one color into the other. And usually it was kind of like a fade out of the same color. We use the term really that it is a gradation, like it's one color into another. Education. I like that. That's very pretty.
Smells good too.
Now, is that the newer plate?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that? I think that's really...
Tegan, aw. Well, thank you. She's gonna send us a Copic bound book. So then we have a representation. Y'all saw that? Like, that is helpful, I think. Because half the time we don't know what the heck we're talking about anyway. But we've got examples of things.
Yeah, that.
Half the time we do know what we're talking about. The other half we don't. It's a halvesy thing. You gotta halves it.
I can't read it. But
I'm sorry, that would make...
Remember? Okay, I told you I wrote it down.
Yeah? Did you write it down?
I wrote it down and then I proceeded to braille right over the top of it. But you can see blue.
Yeah. Lava.
And I believe it is Jessica.
Okay, Jessica.
And something that starts with a K.
Yeah, I don't remember her last name. But remember,
she does some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, y'all are supposed to let her know in the comments. Come check us out and, like, you know, maybe give some love to PM Artist Studio because she's got a good following.
Hey, you know, she needs to come over and check out my technique on this business here.
We're so cool.
I'll send her a dadgum stencil.
Yeah, something. I think the thing is she's in Germany.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah. She's an American, but she moved to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm just speaking of, like, because the shipping is expensive. That's all. But I was talking about. All right, my Arty friends. This concludes our Thursday thoughts. All that Arty business. We will be back here on Sunday. More book business. Who knows what we'll get into? But it'll be a good time.
I am slowly but surely getting some pages together.
Just getting it together. Slowly. But sure.
And I might use this technique of writing here.
You've done that before.
I've done that before?
Mm-hmm, with pen. It's been a while.
No, actually, this is done with pencil because it pushed it down into it was on this kind of squishy surface over here. That's why you can see the white.
It's all new to somebody.
They're all new to somebody. Certainly true.
We'll see you on Sunday. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging. Till then.
Love ya.
Like a
phone call.
Bye.